We'll start off with Malika Andrews, ESPN.
Hey, Taurean, are you viewing the preseason as a audition to kind of see where you're fitting in, what your role is with this team, or is it just more of an extension of camp where you're trying to kind of continue to get in shape and kind of as a precursor for the season?
I'm seeing where we're at as a team more so than myself. I think I've took on a different approach this off season and coming into training camp, and I'm more so focused on just trying to do whatever it is to try to build and be a great asset to this team.
Brian Lewis, New York Post.
Hey, Torian. I know you said, it doesn't really matter to you where you're playing, 3, 4, but I'm just trying to get an idea. Now that you've had a couple practices under your belt, you're about to play the first preseason game. If Steve's giving you a little bit more clarity on, how he plans to use you, and considering obviously you played a lot of 4, and presumably Katie's going to be guarding that position, how does that impact maybe if you slide a little bit more over to the 3?
I think it could help us, and in certain lineups with me at the 4, I think it could help us. So it really just depends on the situation, time, score, what we're trying to do as a ball club, and like I said, if just being on the floor is the most important. But at those 2 positions, like I said, depending on the time, score, and situation we're in, I could benefit at both.
Greg Logan, Newsday.
Hi, Torian. I was just wondering if you could describe the excitement that everybody on the team feels for the first exhibition game to play with a healthy Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
There's a lot of excitement going on in the building. We've been putting in a lot of work, especially seeing those guys come back and forth from certain injuries and seeing them in the gym putting in a lot of work. So we've been working hard, not only for ourselves, but to be there for our teammates who we know have big debuts coming up. So that's the importance of having your brothers back and being there for those guys, and as well as them being there for us through this journey and allowing us to feed off them and get better.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
Hey, what's going on, Torian? I'm curious, when you guys have played individually you guys have played in your own fair share number of preseason games. I'm curious how much you kind of read into it. Obviously it's a preseason game, so it really doesn't matter in terms of wins and losses for the season, but it's also your first time out there as a team playing against somebody else. So do you take preseason games in general with a grain of salt, or are there like actual things that you look for in them that you can kind of either take throughout the rest of the season, or do you try to fix entering the season?
I think you said it. I think we not necessarily take it as a game of or with a grain of salt, but we realize that it doesn't matter about the wins and losses in this particular situation. So it's more so about going out there and getting a feel for the game, the speed, how we want to play as a ball club, and especially for the guys who didn't go to the bubble, haven't been on the court for going on 8 months. So I think it's a lot of excitement for everybody individually, but a lot of excitement for everybody as a ball club. So it's gonna be a night to look forward to tomorrow for sure.
Tom Dowd, BrooklynNets.com.
Hey, Torian, just following up on some of that lineup stuff. I mean, Steve and Kevin have talked about playing him at the 5 a little bit. If he's going to get minutes there, does that open up some extra minutes for you at the 4, where it's not just filling in for him? And have you been with some of those lineups where Kevin's at the 5?
Yeah, we've tried out so many different lineups, different people. Like I said, I think it matters about the situation, man. You can't really forecast those type of lineups or forecast those type of things. It depends on what the other team is doing, time score, what we're trying to do. But like I said, in any position, I think it could open up. It could open up for us playing Kevin at the 1, 1 through 5. Me, 2, 3, 4. Joe, 2, 3. Kai, 1 through 3. Karras, 2 through 3. Jeff, 3, 4. So it's a lot of versatility within this team. So I think it gives us a lot of options.
Bob Windrum, Nets Daily.
Hi, Torian. I've asked this question of a number of players, but has anybody surprised you in camp? Anybody who's made a remarkable improvement, or some of the younger guys surprise you?
Man, I think there's so much talent in the gym. Obviously, Kev and Kai, those guys are wow factors daily. But there's a lot of talent in the gym and a lot of hard workers, a lot of guys who do a lot of different things great than other guys. And I think that's what makes our team great is the versatility. And it allows everybody to have their competitive levels at all-time high and continue to get better. So really nobody has stood out. I just think we're playing together. We're playing super hard, and that's all you can ask for in the beginning stages. And obviously these preseason games will allow us to pick from and get better from a lot of things. So we're just taking it day by day.
Brian Lewis.
Hey, Torian, you mentioned before how excited everybody was to start the season, but how weird is it going to feel to be playing in front of no fans, and then especially to be playing in a big, giant, cavernous building, as opposed to like in a smaller gym, playing inside a building that seats like 19,000.
Yeah.
Having fans in it.
Well, I mean, if you've ever played in the G League, you'll be fine. There's not many fans in those type of situations either, so it's controlling what you can control. We know what the situation is going to be like, so that won't really be a situation where we're surprised. I think it's more going to be like an open gym feel, just being able to be locked in and still focus on what needs to be done.
Last question, we'll go back to Christian.
Hey, Joe obviously signed a big contract this offseason. He said he was going up for a dunk, and DeAndre told him that all his money was weighing him down. I'm just curious, you've been DeAndre's teammate for a year now. A, what's kind of like the funniest thing that you've heard him say, either on the court or maybe on the locker room or off the floor, what have you? And B, just what does it do for a locker room to have a guy that can keep it light at all times, but also be serious at the same time as well?
DeAndre says a number of funny things. It's hard to pick just one, but I think having that type of guy on your team, it serves not only your organization well, but the young guys. Those guys not really knowing what's coming in, what's it like coming in the league and having a vet like that. Knowing to be serious, but also show you that there's a funny side to being a professional athlete as well. I think it takes you a long way, and it brings a lot of leadership to our group.